Turismo, sort of bringing back gameplaying on the channel in more of a way that we used to. We used to always play. Well, we had videos every day back in the day, but now we're sort of, we stopped for a while, but Fallout 76 came out, Red Dead Redemption 2 came out, so I sort of figured, we'll get back into playing more games. So we're going to start with playing Gran Turismo Sport today. We got the newest track that came out from the update for November. That was earlier in the month. And then, later in the week we're going to play some Fallout 76. And we'll play some Overwatch. Then, of course, we'll go to Saturday and play Madden for Madden Saturday. But here we go, we're playing the newest track in the game. We only have 5 laps to get from 20th all the way up to 1st. But, we're going to try our hardest. If we can even pass the car before we get to the start-finish line, that would be super beneficial. Because you guys, I believe we're about 28 seconds behind the leader. So we don't have to make this pass, Alright, we're going to get the acceleration off the corner, and we will be in 19th when the race officially starts. We're 28 seconds behind. Done this before. Typically, I actually haven't won this race when I've done it this way. I typically get, into 3rd, and then something happens. We'll see what we can do. This is my new redesigned car. It's the same one that I've always raced. I just made a different design for it. I felt like the back was way too cluttered with things, so we changed it up, and also made the hood have a little bit less stuff on it. We just kind of changed it a little bit, but for the most part it's still the same as what it is. With the window open and I'm getting the light shined in my eye. This is fun. It's more realistic to driving. You drive with the sun in your eye? Yeah. That's what I'm doing. Now, I am using the original controller that came on my PlayStation. The one that I got, the 20th anniversary edition one. There's something wrong with it. It only really shows up in this game, but I just don't switch controllers to play this game. But you see there on the right side, it shows how much put down for power for the gas. When you hold the bar all the way down, it goes all the way up to the top. But when I used that controller, it didn't go all the way up to the top. It sort of stopped almost just halfway at that line. Didn't really go up much further. And that was a problem, because I couldn't put all the power down on the car, even though I was holding the thing all the way down. It just wouldn't go, because I'm holding it down the same amount that I am now when I use that controller. And it wouldn't go, and I'm just like, alright, well, something messed up. It doesn't really show up in any other game, because you don't really have to hold that down in any other game that I play, all the way. Because if I use it in Overwatch to do whatever, I don't even know. I don't remember. The thing is, I don't remember the controls to the game until I play it. So I don't know, whatever button that does in Overwatch when I play, it works fine. And whatever one it is for any other game, it worked fine. But for some reason, it's slightly messed up and doesn't really work well for this game. Ooh, I didn't brake hard enough. Don't spin. Oh, damn it. Alright, we actually didn't do too bad. We did lose a couple seconds there with the spin, obviously. We only really lost one spot, and since it was early, I think we can make it up. If we did it on, lap 4, I would have been really concerned. But we did it here on lap number 2. So we were, 18 seconds or 19 seconds? Alright, so we are 21 seconds behind now. Hard on the brake. You're 19.6. Alright. Not really sure how long this race goes for. I think about each lap is 2 minutes. Close to it, 1:50 was the fastest time around. Wait, I just had the fastest lap and I spun on this lap. Okay. So imagine had I not spun. Alright, here we go. 15 seconds behind. One on the grass. Ah! Making mistakes. I'm throwing. Alright, so we're back to 19 seconds behind. I kinda got forced on the grass there by that Lamborghini. The green boy. Alright, well, guess we're taking this shortcut. Oh, that's damage on the back of it. I'm like, what is on the thing that says Dynasty? But it's damage with the car. Alright. Come here, boy. About to get into third now. Easy pass there. Oh, on the brakes, on the brakes, on the brakes. This is the game that's set to be every Monday on the channel. See how long we stick with the schedule, but you know, right now I feel like playing some Gran Turismo, so that's why it's on the schedule the way it is. Basically, I'm playing the games when they're fun, and then if I feel like I don't really want to play this week, then I'll change the schedule. But, you know, that schedule kind of got announced as like, hey, this is kind of what we're working with here. But, you know. You can really tell the car's sliding or trying to get grip there. Traction control, very beneficial. And I know our traction control is only on 2. You know, I let the car just slide a little bit. So 2 makes it slide. But, you know, it's not entirely just like sliding everywhere, which is good. I don't want to like slide off the track. But, it does help a little bit to have the traction control on 2. I couldn't imagine playing traction control on like 5. That is impossible. The only time I've ever used traction control on 5 is when I do the races with tire wear. I still keep the super soft tires, but they get absolutely torn up if you race with traction control at 2, like I do. You hear them right there trying to get grip. So, you know, lots of times I'll just go put up to 5 and the car still slides around. A little slide there. It wasn't much, but you can notice it very slightly in the car coming out of that turn. Does a lot of damage to the tires that you don't really think. So we're right here. Right here. We are on the car. We are on the leader. Slight little bump there. We went a little bit wide there as well. It's hard to lock down these turns. This track is really, really hard. I will be honest. It's probably the hardest of any track that I've raced so far. I'll not say the hardest of any track, but any of the newer tracks in the game. It's probably the hardest one, but it's very, very fun. Super technical. I just made the one mistake. We're gonna replay real quick, and I'll explain my last lap mistake. Yeah, it was a decent race, but so that was a 10-minute race, huh? So if we set the race for 10 minutes, it'd be the same as this. So right here we have, I'm gonna trace down the leaders, right? So this is the last lap, isn't it? Pretty sure. So right here, I'm right to the leader, but right here, I made the mistake of trying to push him to the turn, and I carried a little bit too much speed and went off over here. I would have been fine, but I sat on it for a little too long and I lost some grip. And then it messed up this turn a little bit, and I had to brake a lot through this turn because my car was just pushing up the track. Because of that, I went off into the sand, barely, but it still was enough to slow the car down. Through here as well, mistake braking wise. If I just stayed in the gas, I probably could have passed him, but I slowed down because I was like, oh, I got to turn, and I'm like, no, let's go, and that's really ultimately what killed it right here. Can we change camera angle? Right here, this ultimately killed it because I messed up my turn really, really bad. I could have just went and done that, but right here I slowed down and then I'm like, oh, gas it up again. And by the point that the power got down, it was too late. We'll do a replay here one more time through. Bad line right here. You already see I'm way too far in. If I was just a little bit further over, I think it would have been fine. But I'm going to go here and hit the bump, and then I slow down right here because I'm like, oh, I should turn. And I'm like, no, wait, just go through. And by the time you hear the engine, the car gets power up here. And by the time there's not enough distance to chase him down. So, I will take second place at this race. I hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you guys in the next one.